Are you ready to kickstart your week with some dirt slinging and tire slaying action motorsports radio that packs the biggest gas?
Hi, Ken Block here.
Hey, my name's Jolene Van Butte.
What's up, Brian Deegan here.
Vaughn Ginn Jr. here.
They've been thrown into one show that has broken down the barriers of what a motorsports radio show should be. This is the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor, with support from General Tire, KMC Wheels, Rigid Industries, Dirtfish, Gibson Exhaust, and MTX Audio, with your host, who also happens to spend his weekends flying 800 horsepower trucks through the dirt, Jim Beaver.
When was the last time you saw an off-road or rally driver begging to get behind the wheel of a NASCAR IndyCar? Yep, not happening, but you sure see these pavement racers begging to drive our cars.
And his partner in crime every week, a self-proclaimed Canadian moto chick who was jumping triples and taking podiums before most guys even learned to ride, Amy Hood.
No one knows how to say my last name. Like, is it really that hard? Amy Hood, like I'm from the hood. Don't get it twisted.
Sit back, strap in, and be prepared to join us as we take you through a motorsports ride like no other. Here is the man who carries a steering wheel in one hand and a mic in the other, Jim Beaver.
Welcome to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor, live here from Heydays in Minnesota, North Branch, Minnesota, hanging out here with Amy Hood in the house. I guess we're together for once, not doing the phone-in thing from the North Pole.
In the house? No. We're in the hood.
In the hood,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And this is kind of my hood. I mean, it's Minnesota. It's a straight 8-hour drive south for me. So.
Yeah, closer to your home than mine, that's for darn sure.
Yeah, you know, Minnesota's kind of like my backyard. So I do a lot of racing here, and now I do some Terracross racing. So.
Yeah. Speaking of that, talking about Terracross, you're in the women's division. Got a couple of ladies in the house. Sarah Price, Danielle Weatherly.
Hello.
Hey, girls.
So,
Hey.
yeah, I know, Sarah, you are definitely on point once again today. I know I had some troubles in the first heat, and then second one, brought it home.
Yeah, we had some problems in the first one, but, I haven't really got my groove until the last one. So I really felt confident, smooth, and, I knew what I was doing again. So I've been just trying to find that groove again. It took me a little bit more here. And then Amy had run into me, so we had to fix that problem.
I'm sorry.
So we had broke a trailing arm and some shocks.
You assured me 4 times already today. I know. I didn't mean to. You're the one who slammed on the brakes, and I have video.
We're going
proof
into
of
a
it.
first turn.
You don't slam on the brakes, girl. You just hold her pin.
Yeah, I will say that first corner is chaos.
It is a gnarly
in one of my
corner.
heats, I can't remember, but I slammed into Levi off the start because he was slow. And then he goes in, and I can't remember. Somebody came over, and Levi's on 2 wheels, and I tucked to the inside, and it was just, I don't know, stuff going over the hood, and I couldn't see anything, and ripping tear-offs, and it was just nutty.
Well, I couldn't even see the green flag. So Joe
Yeah, 'cause
was
it's on the
literally,
left.
Yeah, he was standing in front of a car, so people who were in the back row, like me, could not even see it. So I'm just watching Sarah, and I'm like, okay, she's going, I'm going. But then I saw her take the outside. I'm like, okay, cool. She's going to rail the outside, go for that drive. Boom, slams on the brakes, and then
just gonna play a
Ronnie's
little
like,
fakey.
whoa. We just fall over, and I got a really cool video about it. I'm going to actually
it is
post
pretty
it.
good.
I'm going to post it on social media,
Yeah.
but you just hear me cussing Sarah there.
Yeah.
So
She totally hits me, and then it's like, freaking Sarah!
I got to set the stage here because we got, Street Bike Tommy
Pounding
shotgunning
a
a...
beer.
Shotgun
Is it a Diet Coke?
No,
Or
it's
is it
a beer.
Coors?
It's a
Yeah,
Coors.
look like
Coors.
Coors Light. Yeah, we got Ronnie Feist, Jolene Van Butte. Man, it's all going down here at Heydays.
Yeah, we got a fun media tent
Yeah,
going on
it's
right now.
this media tent is top notch.
Just wait. I need a beer. I need a shotgun of beer.
I think Danielle needs a drink more than all of
Yeah,
us.
yeah, Danielle.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I was the highlight reel in San Diego, and I hate to say because I love you, but you definitely had an interesting mishap today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran into a wall about 40 miles an hour. It felt great. Broke a ball joint going off an over-under jump.
Don't drink
and just didn't go well.
And it kind of scared me a little bit because that was my,
Oh, yeah, you were behind me.
I was right behind you, but that obstacle was also kind of my biggest fear going out there. I'm like, Sarah, what if I hit? What if I run right into it? And I mean, if you're going an over and under, your biggest fear is landing in the other lane or another driver landing on you. So, I mean,
Yeah, no,
it kind
it
of
was
freaked me out
sketchy.
there. And I mean, of course, we're all friends and we're all look out for one another. I was just really worried to see if you were okay. And then I saw you walk up. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank goodness.
I know, like all the crowd's looking at me, so I'm just putting my arms up. I'm like, I'm okay, don't worry.
It was good.
Yeah, it was definitely scary. That's one of those things. We all race, and people put it on the sides, and we laugh and give each other a hard time. But stuff like that is, it's serious business, and it's just stoked to have you here on air after it happened. It's
what was going through your mind though?
That
well, straight drop.
A lot of things. No, I had the run going to the jump, and I was fine. And all of a sudden, something in my my left front end snapped, and the whole car dragged off to the left side. So it pulled me over, and in doing that, it shot me off the jump, and I hit I don't even know, the side of the jump. Just ran into a straight dirt wall, crushed the front end of the car, got the air knocked out of me. So I was kind of trying to gasp for air, and Jolie heard me, ran over because she thought I was really hurt, but I just had the wind knocked out of me.
And you're driving with your dad
and my dad was in the car with me.
That's the second and last Terracross. Her dad was in the car too, but she rolled and she kept going though.
I did a cartwheel, landed on all four wheels, kept going.
Well,
that's fine.
A little bit of a different situation.
Yeah, this was just straight into a dirt wall.
Yeah, and down. It's a big
down
drop.
and it was big.
Well, I know for me, because I was calling the race at that point up in the announce booth because I was done with the men's races, and the scary part for me is I could see this almost like the slow motion of it happening, because it's like we saw the axle snapped as you're going up the lip, and the whole front of the car dove down, and it was like you went from having enough speed to clear it to no speed at all, and it was like, I don't know. It was like it takes your breath away watching it.
Especially when you can
not a good
anticipate
feeling
it
because
happening.
and I felt it coming, and I just held on. I'm like, oh great, this is gonna hurt, and it just slammed right into the wall.
Oh my goodness!
But
so I know So what is the status for you for the rest of this event and the rest of this year? Do we know yet?
For the rest of this event, we're looking into buying the car, and we're gonna fix it up and make it working. And then my boyfriend Mike, who I'm sharing the car to be able to race again tomorrow, but I will not be racing that car tomorrow because it's it's not our car, and I've already put myself in a deep hole with this last car. So he'll still get to race tomorrow, and we actually already weren't planning on going to Charlotte because we have another racing series that we had prior commitments to.
Yeah, Works. She's actually in the lead right now in championship points.
If I get 5th or higher the next race, then I win the championship.
Yeah.
Oh my
And we're going to see you in Charlotte for sure, right?
I'll be in Charlotte, yeah.
You're hoping to be leading the points at that point, right?
Yeah, I am right now, and then hopefully I keep that together tomorrow to not ruin anything. I just have to keep my car together.
I'll try not
together
to add to that statistic.
Yeah.
Well, Danielle, if you do need someone to drive with, because it sucks coming all this way and having to miss out the experience. You could come drive with me.
I could go passenger with
you.
You
should
that
so
would be
do
awesome.
that.
Ronnie, I love him. He's great, and actually we are so hilarious together because the whole time he's yipping and yelling and
we need to
laughing.
get Joe in here because we need to ask if that's okay because I heard that
would be okay because I've been already swapping co-drivers all day, but
that would be
I really
so
want
badass.
to be able to give you the experience, and this is kind of your
that
series,
would be
and
awesome.
I probably would feel really confident having you beside me because this is your territory and Razors is what you know and do. So I'd be fun. Be awesome.
I'd love to.
Let's do
it.
Okay,
we're making deals here on air. So
see, you know what? That's the best.
We've all got drinks in front of us. It's like a cheers, right?
No, and that's what me and Sarah and we were talking about this earlier. That's the cool thing about this is that. On the track, we are competitors. But when you come off the track, we're still all friends, and we're all here for each other. And that's the cool thing about Terracross is that you take, a bunch of athletes in different type of sports, and you put them together, and we just all respect each other.
Definitely, yeah.
And it's cool because Sarah actually was the one who kind of coaxed me into doing this series, and was also the one who gave me a lot of tips and pointers, and took me over track walk. And we're competitors, so you really have that cool laid back vibe here at Terracross, and it's really really cool. So.
Well, I know I was doing an interview for TV earlier today, and that was one of those questions. Who's your biggest rival out here? And I'm like, in desert racing, I got plenty of them. And I said, out here, I'm like nobody. I'm like, we come in, and I'm like, we're all telling war stories and stuff, and we race each other hard. Levi's become one of my really good friends, and here I am, back, running into the back of him off the start, and and we're high-fiving after the race. It's just out here it's so different than no politics. It's not political. It's it's just people out here having fun.
Oh, there's been so many times, Danielle. Like we raced works together a few times, and I always tell the story, but I love it because it's just so awesome. And she came in and hit me, and I was like, "Oh, I did not expect that. That's pretty cool. That is so rad." Like, you don't get that very often, like because you usually play pretty safe, And so it's cool. And then even earlier, Shelby, she's like, "My power steering went out," and then she cross-threaded, and that's when I got past her at this last heat. And so it was funny. Like she goes off the track, she's like, "Dang it, that was a good pass, though." I was like, "Thanks." But it's cool.
Well, it's funny because when I go to a new race, like a track that I've never been at, I have serious nerves. And when I'm on the line, against a bunch of people I've never raced before, I'm freaking out because I want to do good. I'm extremely competitive when it comes to motocross. When I'm here, the whole time I was laughing around the track because I really don't care how I finish. I want to finish.
Yeah.
I want to do good. But it's again, I'm racing with all you guys, so it's just so much fun, and it's a totally different a vibe. I don't even care. I just want to finish.
Yeah.
I don't want to slam into a wall.
Yeah.
No.
Trust me, I've done it. Danielle's done it now. It's
Danielle's
not
done it now.
fun.
We can do it now.
Yeah, Danielle and I are the ones
We're
that
done.
we can say we've been through a car wreck, right?
Not all right.
That's the key to Terracross is just finishing.
Consistency
Honestly.
is key.
Well, that's what everybody asks me, and I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, you've been 15 years in desert and 10 in trophy truck," and they're, "What are your expectations? What do you want to do?" And I'm like, honestly, just finish the race. I'm like, it's all new to me. I'm like, I'm in this for 2 years. I'm like, we'll learn this year and go racing next year. It's totally new, but as I've learned from the start of the first event, it's get it to the finish line. Be there.
And that's what I'm hoping for next year. Jim, if I get the opportunity to be here next year, Sarah, I hope you can invite me down and maybe take me out somewhere in California where I can practice more than 4 laps before a big race, and then hopefully I can be a little bit more competitive.
I was thinking about this because racing the gazelles and in Africa and everything. There's such amazing women that do it, and I really want to invite them out to kind of see our world. They don't get to go ride on a track in a race car, so. If I don't sell my XP900 by then, it's all set up for, the track and everything like that. Danielle has a car, so it'd be fun.
What?
And Shelby has a car.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she races with me.
I race with her.
What rock am I living under? Come on, I need to move down to California.
It's the North Pole. It's Winnipeg. Come on.
This sucks.
Yeah, so I'm thinking in October or November or something when the series is over and we don't have to worry about it, we can totally have all the girls out.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we should do a half car, half moto weekend where we can invite
Elsinore.
Yes.
At Elsinore Motocross
That'd be
Park, because there's
fantastic.
the Lucas track and you have the moto track.
Because I need to kind of redeem myself because right now I feel like that Joe out there, not knowing what's going on. So it'd be nice for people to step into our world and, I feel less suckish.
Yeah.
So.
You guys are going to have to bring training wheels for me for a dirt bike.
I've been trying to
You're
get
good.
Danielle.
How to ride
Yeah,
one.
you know what?
Not at all.
That's a cool thing about women athletes, and Jim and I talk about it all the time, that we can really kind of, our skills are very adaptive, and we can jump from 2 wheels to 4 and flip-flop sports, and, you're a well-rounded athlete, and you would have no problem on a motorcycle for sure.
I would hope so.
You will. You're
We'll
fine.
figure it out.
I'm so excited to learn, though.
Yeah.
I seriously, we have a big old stream of text messages about riding a dirt bike. Because she's like, you can
We
barely
have it
put me
all
on a
planned
bicycle.
out.
Dude, we will just duct tape a pillow to you, and you'll be good to go.
I told her a 50 or 110, and I was like, she's like, I don't know.
No, 150. You
Like,
gotta get her a nice
got it.
150.
Well, it's funny because you guys talk about that. I've got a 6-year-old daughter, right? And she wanted to go, she wants to go out in the desert. And what she has, she's got a CRF 50 with a set of training wheels. So I'm like, she learns to ride a dirt bike. She can do anything.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always said. I learned on a dirt bike, and
Yep.
and I can go and do anything. And I've always felt that way, And obviously, you guys adapting to this. I mean, we got Jolene over there, same background, and it's.
Oh, Jolie does everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anything.
She even double backflips bicycles. Okay.
I jump everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome.
No, the funny thing is we'll grab her on air here in a little bit, but yeah, she's told me stories. She's like, I got no problem with the gigantoramp at, with a 60-foot gap. She's like, but you take me to a little tabletop or something on a BMX bike? She's like, I'm scared to death.
Yeah. The BMX bikes, man, I've been doing that on Monday nights, and it's scary sometimes. Those little kids, too, and they pass you, you're like, I got no business being out here right now.
With a dirt bike, you have an engine, so
Exactly.
you can either, you can save yourself or gas it a little bit if you need to. With, a bicycle or a mountain bike, we were talking about my cousin. She does downhill mountain biking in the mountains.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got is your speed coming up to it, so you better check up or wreck up. I mean, there's no in between.
No.
You can't save yourself like you can do with a motorized vehicle.
It's funny, knock on wood, but I used to ride street and trails and used to BMX race and stuff like that, and I had more injuries riding bicycles than I did ever on a dirt bike or in a race car.
Probably.
It's serious truth, you know?
I've been getting into the mountain bike thing. I just got picked up by Turner. They're going to help me out with the bike and everything. They're like, cool, bring it to the races and you can ride this thing. So I've been going out the back gate and trying to get like a little workout program on. My dog goes with me.
Some of those downhill bikes are like a motocross bike, though. I mean,
expensive.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're just as costly, but I mean, the travel and the brake systems and stuff, I mean, they're like almost... You know,
well,
legit.
No one in Winnipeg really has that type of setup because where I'm from, you can watch your dog run away for 5 days. It's so flat and straight. So it's really kind of pointless to ever own a downhill mountain bike or even a road bike because our roads are so terrible up in Winnipeg too because, I mean, we have winter and we salt our roads. So it's our roads are terrible. But, no, it's pointless.
No. But didn't your boyfriend, Mike, he was a really good mountain biker, right?
He was like almost professional. He was doing it for years. He rode for Oakley, and he was downhill slalom.
Oh,
where
wow.
They,
yes.
dual race each other down the hill. He's crazy on a bike. He probably hasn't ridden one for like 4 years, and he could pick one up and just start doing like all these tricks, just like doesn't even matter. Doesn't faze him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually just watched a documentary on Netflix called Where the Trail Ends.
Oh, I seen that.
Oh, how amazing is it?
I seen it a while ago, but I remember I seen it because the name pops in my head, but I don't totally remember it.
It was just all these like downhill mountain bikers kind of going to, I think they were in Asia and Africa. They were going all over the world and exploring new places that no one has ever ridden before and just scoping out these mountains and these cliffs and these crazy things to try to, go and drop off into. And it was just amazing. And the gear that they wear shorts and a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Compared to motocross where we are head to toe with protective gear and these guys just go out there and like board shorts. So, I mean, they've got some serious balls.
For sure. All right, so going in tomorrow, got main events for the ladies. I mean, what do we expect, Sarah?
First place, Amy Hood.
I call Amy's going to win.
See the laughing behind this? So I rolled up to my TV interview, and they sat me down and, start doing some questions. And they're like, so, we sat down and interviewed all the girls and asked them who the weakest link was. They named you. I'm like, what?
I know. And then she comes right up to me and she goes, did you call me the weakest link? I was like, I haven't even been interviewed yet.
Exactly.
No.
So these people are trying to kind of put words into your head and get you talking. But I just laughed and owned it because I know I'm the weakest link out there. But, Sarah, you did awesome out there. And you and Shelby battling it out. So
usually Danielle's up there, man. Danielle's fast. And she's had some crappy luck in Terracross.
I just can't figure out Terracross.
I feel you.
What's the biggest difference between
figure
works?
it out.
What's the biggest difference between your works racing and Terracross that you have that, that trouble kind of adjusting to?
Works is like a 30, 45-minute race.
Like a desert race on a motorbike.
Yeah.
Okay, but in a razor.
In a razor,
Okay.
yeah. So you go over moto tracks, and the moto tracks aren't as gnarly as what we're going over here for Terracross. I mean, they still have some pretty big jumps, but you have more time to kind of calm down and collect yourself and think because you have 45 minutes ahead of you.
Yeah.
It's not just 6 laps and you're done.
And obstacle.
Yeah,
You have a lot of
There's a lot
breathing
of-
room in between where it's open terrain.
Yeah,
Where you're just
there's
holding it pinned.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of wide open spaces where works you're holding it pinned and you're just kind of it's easier to stay calm for me at least when I'm in a works race. When I'm here, it's just I get so flustered and I get in my head.
Yeah,
and I think that's what my problem is.
That's what your boyfriend said.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend was really nice enough to take me for my hot lap. I had a missed practice yesterday and driver's meeting because I had to drive from Canada. But he took me out there and he was like, the biggest thing is just go out there and just hit it. Danielle sometimes gets in her own head because she's making that transition from, the almost off-road world to tight arena cross style, and just relax, relax. So that's girls. I mean, we're very competitive. I almost think we're more competitive than the men.
Probably.
Really, honestly,
I think so, yeah.
it's
I think you
women's
guys are.
pride.
I think the racing's tighter. I definitely would say that.
We
than the
are.
men.
It is.
You know, it seems like you'll have one guy out front, and then a guy in second, a ways back, and then a guy in third. You know what I mean? You get spaced out. You guys are always bunched.
Yeah. Yeah. Something's always happening with us.
Yeah.
There's always
Yeah.
something interesting going on.
Yeah.
So.
And we all just want to do good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's why, is because we care so much, like, about doing good. We want to do everything we possibly can to do good.
Yes.
That we sometimes get in our own way, you know? It's just...
Well,
but
What's going on?
Uh-oh.
We're
Ronnie, you're next.
We're done?
no, we're still live.
Get here.
That's like desert racing compared to supercross.
Yes.
So
And that's like
random
for
here.
me. Like, I could never really. I'm not a good arena cross racer. Actually, I am because I like to start and I like tight technical course. But I like moto because I like holding it pinned. I like holding it wide open. I'm a little bit better of a high speed rider than jumps. So I like kind of more like Glen Helen style tracks rather than like a Paris.
Yeah.
Some, you know.
Huh. Generator must have quit.
Are we still on? No.
Yeah.
Can they hear us?
Yeah. No, we're just recording right now. We're gonna upload it to Fox later on. So
Oh, okay.
no, so this won't really matter. But
Can they hear us?
totally random. I don't know what the hell happened. It's not on our end. It's generator or something quit.
Tommy, you look good over there. Your cheeks are buzzing. Yeah?
Lies.
Lies.
That's our problem.
Hey, this is my first.
That's your first beer?
No, it's a whiskey.
Totally
It's like
random.
4 fingers
On
deep.
your level.
My favorite kind.
What do you know?
I'll stick to my apple juice.
Totally random. I don't know what's going on. We are going to have